Welcome to Inside the Honors College, where we believe that wisdom and virtue is found when we learn together. Join us as we take an inside look at a community dedicated to educating the next generation of disciples and scholars. I'm Taina Esteves.
And I'm Abby DeVos, and today, Ty talked to campus life.
Which I feel like I should say before the actual interview starts, I am a sucker, and I'm one of the people that often doesn't go to the campus life events. But after this one, and as a senior, I did think it provided me a lot of perspective. So I'm really excited for everyone to kind of get to hear about their department, hear about the heart behind what they do at these events. I mean, their physical space as an office was also just so comfy, so cozy, so welcoming.
Their little coffee bar.
They have a cute little like mug rack going on, which I think we talk about. So yeah, the office itself is so great. So I was also like, I do need to show up to more of these events. So without further ado, I hope that this can encourage you guys to kind of learn more about campus life and come to some of the events as well. Let's get right into it. Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. How are we feeling on a scale of thumbs that the audience will not be able to see? Where are our thumbs at today?
My thumb is up.
Yes, same.
Oh, beautiful. That's great.
Metaphorically.
Great energy. So could you please introduce yourself for our audience?
Yeah, my name is Sydney. I work in the Office of Campus Life as the Associate Director for Campus Involvement.
Woo!
And my name is Alex O, Director of Campus Life.
Wonderful. Starting off with our usual rapid fire fun questions. If you could describe your office in 3 words, we'll say each of you can both do 3 words, so take some time to think about that. What are the 3 words that you would use to describe the Campus Life office?
First word I think is meaningful.
Aww.
Another word I say is fun. And the classic intentional.
It's a good word.
Okay, well now I have to think of different words. So
You went really fast
for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I would say inclusive. I think we provide a lot of different opportunities to get connected to campus. I would say intentional. Did you say intentional?
I did. Hey, we can double.
Oh, you did.
Listen, if it's a word, it's a word. It's good.
I know.
Because we're intentional.
That's how intentional we are, honestly.
Yeah.
And I would say welcoming.
Aww.
My last word.
That's nice. All right. Do you have a favorite part or place in your office, whether that be for students or for yourselves?
In the office, we have a big table. It's literally an old kitchen table, so I think it feels very homey. But it's funny, people walk in and think we're always in a meeting, but we're really just getting to work at the same table.
The same exact thing did happen, in fact, to me today.
And so I think it just creates this togetherness, even though we're all working on different things and there's a lot of different aspects. I think it's cool to see a place where different student interns are working all together and getting to do that with them.
I just want to acknowledge that I let you go first.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, I actually jumped in really fast because I knew you were going to take it.
Yeah, because I thought I was going to say the table. Well, I wasn't. I was going to say, so, I think I can be extroverted, but I can also be introverted. And so when I feel like an extrovert, then I love the table. I think when I'm introverted, I love having my own office and my space to be able to kind of do what I need to do also.
Absolutely.
So, depends on the day, I think.
I hear it. And then now for the most important question, saving it for last. Does your office offer any snacks?
So many. It's never the same stuff, though.
All right. What have been your favorite snacks on rotation?
I'm not gonna lie, it's usually leftover stuff.
No. So that's the eclectic variety we provide.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're gonna find.
For sure, of course.
We have bagels, granola bars, chips, Sour Punch straws,
Capri Suns,
mini cans of soda. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to check expiration dates because it's been a while. But it's okay. We usually make a pot of coffee in the morning. Everybody can partake in that. We have lots of water bottles.
I guess different size water bottles.
Yeah, it's not really a snack, but anyway.
I did see a nice little outside in what I'll label the lobby area type thing. You have a little nice mug rack cup holder things.
Yeah,
that's been a new one for me.
We just redecorated the office this year. We changed around different. I love change.
Ooh.
I always change.
That's a whole word right there. Who here loves change? Not me.
Not me. And so we changed around the space and just added the mug rack. So thank you actually for complimenting it because
I'm so glad.
it took a lot to figure out which one to get.
It was an intentional choice, bringing back our word for the office.
Exactly.
So kind of getting into our nitty gritty of your office space here, letting our students know kind of what resources are available. Could you kind of describe a little bit what campus life? We'll start with Alex, and then if you want to pour into that a little bit more. What does campus life do on campus?
So our mission is to create meaningful experiences. That's why we exist, and I won't get too philosophical and existential about it.
Please, this is also the Honors College. By all means, if you want to get philosophical,
Explain create.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So intentionally we use the word create as opposed to creating, because we really believe that it's not just our job to create these experiences, but it's really an invitation for the APU community to be involved in that. And so, sure, we'll be hosting certain events and activities and experiences, but we really want to invite others into that space also. So, for example, we'll say, hey, we have kind of an expectation and a rhythm of a monthly event. We would love to hear feedback, actually, from students to know what it is that you want, as opposed to us feeling like we have to think about what the students want and try to create that. And so, we're very intentional about the word create, because we really feel like it's a collaborative effort. But at the end of the day, I think when I think about our mission statement, some of these experiences that you have in college really stick with you for the rest of your life. I think about fall fests and different events that we've hosted in the past, where like you meet some friends that are going to be friends with you for life. I think through these experiences, you learn more about yourself, and by experiencing things that maybe you're not super familiar with, and trying something new, you learn more about yourself and get to kind of experience vulnerability or challenges or just different things as a result of that. And so we really believe that we're not just an office that hosts events for the sake of hosting events, but really that as students engage with us, they walk away feeling like, I participated in this APU community and learned something about myself in that process too. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you guys say that the office stewards that amongst the students? Because this sounds like a beautiful space and it's great to have that. But what would that encouragement for students to kind of come to that office and actually like approach and utilize and show up to these events and stuff and like steward that same energy?
I mean, I think we have a lot of different ways to get involved in our office. We always joke, I think it's like this really big umbrella with a lot of different like funnels underneath it. Yeah. But I think it creates an opportunity for a lot of different students to partake in that experience. I think everything from like our referees during intramurals to our alpha leaders to our like campus event crew, different things that students have an opportunity to, again, like create that experience and create what they want to see and what they want other students to experience. And we have our clubs and orgs as well. So our club presidents are out doing their own thing every week with their clubs. And it's all these different niche interests and passions that they get to then create that space and live out our mission, but in their own way. And I think we provide that space, but it's up to them to like take up that space. And it's really, I think for us, a really great reminder of like our why of like, we get to partake in this, but also like cheer on students to do that. So I think that's a really unique dichotomy in the office, which I love.
Yeah. This may not be a question that has a specific answer to it, but just as a student who is also very busy and like loves the idea and would love to show up to these events and like participate, but can't always, just like practically speaking, does campus life have any like certain like passive events or anything like that? Or like what's the vibe of the office? Is that something that you guys maybe partner with other offices to kind of do, or like leave to the student orgs? What does that dynamic look like a little bit more for students who maybe can't show up to like a huge fall fest thing all the time, but kind of want to engage with the campus life?
Yeah, so we talk about how we want to provide active events, but also passive opportunities too. And so I think about something we've done in the past, specifically for our transfer students. Yeah. And we would host a transfer appreciation week. And so maybe it's not necessarily, hey, come and join us in appreciating you, but maybe it's a word of encouragement that we provide, or maybe it's actually like signs that we put around campus, or putting items in newsletters that you can read at your own leisure and your own time. And so I think those are some examples of like passive things that we do that you don't necessarily have to show up for a specific time and place, but you can still engage in and still be a part of the community. So that's just a quick example of something that we've done.
Yeah. I almost view it as like levels, or like like a pyramid maybe, but I think, yeah, like we have those big events like Fall Fest, like our dances, but then we also have, I think, everything down to like the really passive. And I think we have a lot in that like middle range of almost, I can think of like alpha groups, right? Where, like we're not going to like force you to go every week. We recommend it. And I think like we will support that. But I think there's a lot of like autonomy in that of you get to kind of take it as you go. And same with like participating in a club. It's not a requirement to show up every week. We recommend it, right? But we know it's not always feasible. I think for like what we've done for our transitions area, so like our second year students and transfer students, we've done boxes where you can just like, it's like a grab and go. And so it's like you are meeting with us, we are seeing you, and we are showing up for you, but in a way that's also like, yeah, you don't have to sit in a room for an hour in the middle of your day if you have a test to study for, or whatever it may be.
Yeah. I mean, one of our values is diverse opportunities. And, you know, I think about, and I won't go into the details of every single area, but we're doing so many different things. And I will even say like at different points of the semester, and also like sometimes early in the morning and late at night. Right? And so our hope is that as we provide a wide range of opportunities, you would engage in not everything. I mean, if you engage in everything, great. Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gold star from us, metaphorically.
Yeah, but maybe you walk away feeling like, okay, I engaged in one or a few of these things, and those experiences are meaningful, and that's what I have time for, and that's great. Yeah. You know? So we want to provide variety and opportunities for students to engage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, as we kind of start thinking about a close here, feel free to take this question however you want and whatever you want to address in it. But what is something about campus life, whether that be the experiences, whether that be the student groups, that you would personally want to elevate as a piece of advice or as just like a recommendation for how students could help elevate their own experience on campus?
Yeah, I think something that comes to my mind is like saying yes. So I think, I think maybe when you think about our office, you think of our huge events, and we do that, and we do Welcome Weekend, but we also have a lot of opportunities for you to connect on a much smaller and more intimate basis. And I think it takes getting out of your comfort zone to like show up to those events. If you don't have someone to go to show up by yourself takes a lot of courage. And I think like college is your time to try things out. It's if you have the slightest ping of interest in something, like I would just say do it. Yeah. Try it out. I think you can get connected to our office and find out about the other opportunities that we have. And I think every connection matters. And even if you go to one club meeting one time, you may meet someone who, like Alex was sharing, like that could be a forever friend. Like you just don't know. And I think this is your time to try out new interests and just figure yourself out. And hopefully we are helping create a space that like we are fostering that, but also I think it takes that step of courage to just try things. And so I hope that there is that like encouragement from our end of like, we want you here and we want you to participate in these opportunities. And yeah, I mean, it's what we're here for. It's like our whole jobs. So I think that would be what I would say.
For sure.
I think piggybacking off of that, I think sometimes we feel like we're like the only ones that don't have friends or don't feel like we have the connection that we're really hoping for, or this like, I don't know, like the sense of community, right? Like we talk about that here at APU quite often, but maybe you feel like there's some seasons where you're like, I don't feel like I have a sense of community here, you know? I guess just an encouragement that like you're not alone in that, and that really the hope of our office is for you to be able to experience that in some shape or form. Through what we put together. Like that's ultimately our heart. Like, you know, I was just talking with our rec staff, like we're getting ready to start intramural season right now. And of course, competition and winning is fun, but we were just talking about how like, it's really about the fellowship and the community building that we get to do, you know, as we play these sports together. It's really a vehicle for us to be able to experience community together. And so I would just say, if you're feeling like you're alone and feeling like I'm not connected, I don't know where to go, like, know that you're not alone. And our office's hope and desire is for us to be able to provide opportunities to take a chance and get connected to campus and get connected with these events. Because our hope is that we would be one large community all together. So
absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for your time. Thank you for your office and your services. And hopefully we'll see you all, listeners, around campus.
I love Alex and Sydney
I know.
so much.
They were so kind. I was feeling so bad about coming in the middle of all of their stuff too, and they were literally like, "No, we're so excited!" Wow, voice crack. But yeah, no, I love their energy. I love their energy.
They're the best, and campus life in general is just so great. I loved they were talking about it, but I loved how mindful they are of the students in planning events and understanding like college students are busy. You know, if you join a club, it's not an obligation to go to every single meeting, even though that's like encouraged and that's great. There's still freedom to like participate in what works with your schedule, participate in what works with your personality, introverts, extroverts, the big events, the small events. Campus life really just offers it all to make sure all students are included.
Exactly. And I mean, even along those same lines, I love like the ownership theme that I feel like they were both talking about, you know, like it's up to us as a student to decide to do these things, and that they make these things in mind with wanting to like kind of partner and come alongside the students to make events and situations and moments that are truly intentional and want to be taken advantage of. Yeah.
The moments. Oh my gosh. This is honestly so weird doing these episodes as a senior where I'm just like, the moments. Oh my gosh. Well, we love campus life. Thanks for taking an inside look at a community dedicated to educating the next generation of disciples and scholars. See you next time on Inside the Honors College.